What's going on, guys? So I'm going to talk about my iPhone 16 Pro Max after 3 weeks of owning it. What are my thoughts? So I'll start with the build quality first. This honestly is not much different than the 15 Pro Max other than this camera control button and the bezels being thinner, a little bit larger screen. So that is pretty much the 15. They just stretched it a little bit more, okay? The display on here is solid. Never had an issue with it, you know, anything freezing or anything like that. This phone is never overheated. I've never dropped it, but it's never overheated or anything like that. So as far as the display go, and I do use a screen protector and I do use a case. I know that somehow, some way, people have gotten away from using cases and putting screen protectors on because the glass is supposed to be whatever. Glass is glass. Glass is going to break. So I'm old school. I'm still gonna have a screen protector. I'm still gonna have a case. This is still, well, what I paid here in South America. This is a $1,700 phone. So I'm gonna treat it as such. I'm not gonna rock it naked like I see some of the people are doing, and that's cool. It looks great, you rock it naked. I'm not gonna be one of those people, all right? Battery. Let me say this, guys, and this is real talk. This battery in this device is the best battery I've had in any iPhone, and it's not even close. Not even close. I can end the day usually 61, 62, 58, 59%, somewhere in there. Where with the 15 Pro Max, I was ending the day the mid 20s to the high 20s, right? Every now and again, it'll be about 30%. Now I am a retiree. I am not a gamer, so you're not gonna see a whole lot of social media on here. As a matter of fact, this is my only page on this phone. Turning over, you know, I have widgets, as most do, and you can see your battery usage, but this is the only page that I have. After that, it's just a library. A lot of the apps that I have with Apple, I keep in utilities here. I swipe through as needed, and then it goes away. But the ones that you see here are the ones that I use the most. I don't try to put a bunch of stuff on here to waste memory that I'm never gonna use. Even with my photos, I only have about 3 photos in here, and that's it. I just don't believe in wasting space. If you read up on Apple and the way these phones work, especially when it comes to the speed of the processor, the more memory that it has, the faster that it works. So I try to keep this phone as free of whatever so I can keep as much free space on here as possible to keep it as fast as possible. So this is the 256 gig version. I think I still have over 210 gigs on here with just this little bit of stuff that I have. That's perfect. Now, as far as video and photos, I keep that in the cloud. But since we're talking about the camera, let's move to the camera real quick. So this camera system, right? I think iPhones have the best video, but when it comes to photos, and I'll show you some examples of some photos of some photos I took yesterday. Photos are okay, but where iPhones really shine are in video. So I took some video yesterday as well, and I did some slow-mo yesterday. And this is where this phone really shines to me in the video department. But the camera system overall is not a bad camera system, okay? I still would choose this camera system over a lot of the phones that are out there right now. And I know there's a lot of people who disagree with me on that, but that's fine. This is my choice, just like you have your choice. So I'm just telling you how I feel, all right? But the camera system is a good system. But I think the number one reason that keeps me and a lot of people with an iPhone is Apple's ecosystem, right? How simple it is to use it from one device to the next device. And I know Samsung and others have improved on how they do it, but it's still not the same as Apple. I've tried it with the Samsung Z Flip 4, using it with a tablet, using it with the headphones, and it all works, but it's just not as seamless as Apple's is. When it comes to the MacBook Pro, or when it comes to the iPad Pro, using handoff, screen mirroring, just go on and on and on with these different things that they keep adding to the system. That's what makes this device work in tandem with the others so great. I love the fact I can just pick it up, turns on, opens up, I'm in, do what I need to do, I'm done, close it, sit it down. It's the simplicity of using this. Could I get a Samsung S25 Ultra? Sure. A Pixel 9 XL Pro? Sure. The Xiaomi Ultra, whatever it is, the Oppo Find X, whatever it is, or the Huawei triple display, sure, I could get any of those as a retiree. The thing I keep falling back to that I really like the most is the iPhone. That's just the way I feel about it. Okay, guys, so after 3 weeks, I am not disappointed. This is exactly what I thought it was. It also helps though, guys, that I don't keep on the always on display because I have a watch. The watch is always on. I don't see the reason of doing that because this is going to be in my pocket or it's going to be in a bag. So I can't see it while it's in my pocket, but I can see my watch. So that's why I don't keep it on. For anyone who's curious why I don't have always display on, it's not necessary. I have an Apple Watch for that. But anyway, guys, that's it. Those are my thoughts after 3 weeks. It's not a perfect device. It's a good device and it works great with the other devices that Apple produces, okay? So that's it for now. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.